There we go.
Okay, great. So if you're just joining us or catching us on Facebook, we're just doing some setup things for the Salamander tonight, 8:10. So come back and join us on Facebook Live. Okay, Joe, I just want to make sure my sound is still, let's see. Okay, test, test, test.
Sounds good.
Test, test, test.
Good.
And test, test, test.
Good.
And the lighting is good.
Lighting's good.
All right, let me just take
Actually, well, no. Let me take that back.
Yeah.
It's uneven. The left side of your face is kind of bright. The right side is in shadow.
Yeah, okay. So I'll see if I can do something about that. Okay, thanks. All right, so okay. Good. Let me just check this.
Tap. I heard that.
Okay, thank you. References.
Tap.
Thank you. Okay, good. So I will check back with you around 8.
A little before 8. All right.
Two.
Hey there, I think William just came in. If you could please mute yourself and make sure your video's off. Thanks.
Hey, Joe.
Hello, John.
Hey, so I just wanted to check my sound really quick.
Sound is good.
Let me just get the thingy. And good. Okay. Test, test.
Sounds good.
Okay. Test, test.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Test, test.
Sounds good.
Okay, great. And let me just do one other thing. And test, good. Great. And this. Good. Just 1 second while I check something. Okay. Okay. That's good. Okay. Ah, good, good, good. Oh, okay. Let me just check something quickly. Oh, that's it. Okay. That was the problem. Good. All right. Sorry, Joey. One more time. Test, test.
Good.
Good. Test, test.
Good.
Great. Test, test.
And good.
Great. Thank you. And I have to make sure that stays. Good. And let's just see.
Tap.
Thank you.
Tap.
Okay. Thank you. Good. All right. Good. Okay. I think we're all set. So thank you so much for joining me this evening for the Salamander, and we will begin shortly. Yay!
And just a note to our viewers tonight, we normally have you come in on a webinar. We present through the webinar feature of Zoom, which lets you come in as an attendee, so you can simply sit back and enjoy. We are letting our actors who are opening tomorrow with their first preview in the review use our webinar feature this evening. So we are on meeting feature, which means there's always the potential that you could appear on screen with John. So right now I've got everyone muted and video off. So just be careful as you're clicking around the screen, if you're clicking around the screen, that you don't accidentally unmute yourself or turn your video on. Otherwise, you'll become part of the show. Thanks very much.
Hey, I'm Donnie. Mm. You know, the person I love best in this world, the one I most admire, was my daddy. What a guy. Still around. I love him. He was incredible. A constant inspiration to me. I think about him, I just start laughing. He was amazing, this dude. Just incredible. See, I was an actor, but you know, nobody makes any money acting. My daddy he taught me to make money. That was the thing. You know, you think people make money acting like George Clooney. He doesn't make any money acting. Oh, God, no. You think George makes money? He makes money for other people. That's the key. Get somebody to make money for you. See, I'm an entrepreneur. I start things, I create things. You know what that means? That means undertaking. I undertake things. I get other people to invest. I don't invest anything. Then I make money. Guess what? They're all investing on spec. Only if we hit the jackpot will they make money. But me, since I'm gathering the money, since I'm taking the risk, although I'm not, guess what? I pay myself a salary. So I'm the only buddy making any money. And I also get a health insurance and a retirement. Of course I don't. I mean, I'm not giving money to some 401k or something like that. No way. I'm just saying I'm taking it. I'm just saying I'm taking that money for retirement, for healthcare, but it's all just coming to me. See, that's what I want to do. I want to invest in something. Find something unique. Something unique. Get people to put money into it and pay myself. And if it goes somewhere, that's great. But if it doesn't, I'm assured a salary. That's what my daddy taught me. Make sure you're getting paid. Even if everybody's giving you money and expecting some, make sure you get some and don't put your own money in. Now, I got this friend. His name's Mark. He's come up with the most amazing thing. He wrote a play, a really good play, which is being done at this college where he teaches. I mean, this play is amazing. I went and saw it. I was so moved. I was so touched by what was portrayed in this production. I mean, it was all gay, and I'm not gay, but I was still incredibly taken with it, with my friend Mark's play. I was teaching at a local college, acting, and I had a really good group of actors, and I decided that I would just write a play and use these actors in that play. They were wonderful actors. And I wrote it autobiographical. And I read a lot of comedies, so I knew how to write like funny scenes and exciting scenes and sexy scenes, but most of it was exciting and fun and silly, but the ending was sad because it was autobiographical. It was about my first lover who died of AIDS. He died in my arms. And when it was produced, I sat there with the audience, and every night I cried. I cried as I watched that show. It moved me so much. I didn't even realize I could write something that could be so moving and so much fun. That was amazing, Mark. That was incredible. Hey, I was moved. I'm not even gay, and I was moved. It was incredible. That was amazing. Hey, have you ever considered a commercial run of this thing? This thing has potential. I knew him. I knew Donnie. He'd been in a play that I directed when he was an actor. I'm a great actor. You need to know that about me. Here's the problem. I don't like directors. I don't like directors telling me what to do. I mean, they're smart people, and I understand how most actors need a director. I don't need a director. I just like to feel it, And if I change it up the next night, that's fine. I mean, I just go with it. But so acting, it just wasn't for me. But this play was incredible. It was amazing. And I told Mark that. I said, this thing has got potential. We need to stay in touch. We need to figure out what we're going to do with it. And the next night, I brought some friends. I brought some friends of mine who have money. I wanted them to see this show, and it already gotten great reviews from the campus newspapers. They all loved it. So my friends sat down in this packed theater full of young people waiting for this gay comedy tragedy, and it was terrible. The second night, it was horrible. The timing was off. The actors were horrible. They had no technique. They kept changing things up from the night before. I hate it when actors do that. And they ruined it. But you know what? My friends didn't care. These guys with money around me, they did not care. All they saw was a theater full of people having a good time. Young people watching a play, watching a piece of theater. I mean, this wasn't like a bar or a discotheque or a club or a sporting event. It was theater. Theater. People enjoying theater. They were amazed. I went backstage after that performance. I didn't say anything about the show, which I didn't think it worked as well, but I went right up to Mark and I said, hey, we have got to figure this out. We have got to stay in touch. Let's figure this out. Let's figure this out. Well, that night, the head of the department at the school, at the college, came and saw the show. And I was very nervous because, of course, I was using my student actors on stage in this play that I wrote. And I thought he would disapprove of that. I mean, I didn't know why he wanted to come see it, other than to tell me I should not have done that, write a play and use my actors. And he came backstage and he looked upset and he walked right up to me and he said, I'm very upset. Yeah, I'm very upset with you. Yeah, I'm very disappointed. Yeah, this didn't work at all. This play you're doing, it doesn't work at all. It was a complete failure. I could see that from the minute it started. You don't know these characters. This is dishonest. You don't hear their voices. Their voices are wrong, and it's phony. It's phony. You just don't understand these people. Well, I mean, it's autobiographical, so of course I understand them. I mean, this is about my first lover. He died in my arms, just as you see on stage. That's real. Well, that might have actually happened, but you didn't understand it. You didn't understand it at all. None of this worked. This play is a disaster. Well, I beg to differ with you. I mean, the audience was laughing and clapping throughout, except at the end when they were in tears. I mean, laughing and clapping. I mean, just because an audience is laughing and clapping doesn't mean they're enjoying themselves. Now, well, we need to meet and talk about this because you need a lot of help. I mean, you have an idea here, but you don't have a play. This play is dishonest. Come to my office Monday morning, 9 o'clock. We'll talk about this play. I thought tonight was a disaster. Okay, thanks for coming. And then Donnie came right up to me and he said, this was amazing. I mean, tonight was like great. It was right back on track. It was incredible. But every night it's been amazing. So you know what we have to do? These guys I brought, they're not going to invest in some college production. They need to see that we can do this thing big time, commercial. Yeah, a commercial house in the city. That's what they need to see. So we're going to have to put on like a fundraiser to raise money to do that. But we're going to need money for the fundraiser. All right. So, you know, who's going to pay for that? Can you think of anybody who can pay for that? Spring for a fundraiser? Huh? What do you think? I'll do it. I'll do it. That's what I told Donnie. I said that I would do it. I would pay for everything for the fundraiser. What was I going to do? Teach the rest of my life? This was my big opportunity. I just realized it. He came to me. He was going to deliver me. He was giving me this opportunity. Of course I would pay for the fundraiser. Of course. You see, my daddy always told me, work people's dreams. Everybody's got a dream and you just got to work it. It's amazing what people will do, what they'll spend on their dreams. So I rented this little theater. Mark paid for it. I got all the actors together. We had props and costumes. Mark paid for it. And we were all set for a big benefit. Everyone would have to pay to come. They invited their friends. People who'd seen the show before. There was a lot of excitement from the first production. And it was all set to go. I was feverish about that production, feverish. I was determined to make it work. I wanted that fundraiser to be the biggest hit possible. So I broke into the theater early. Yeah, the contract said that we could go in at 9 o'clock. I went in at 7. I set the alarm off for 2 hours until the owner of it showed up very angry. We rehearsed with the alarm going off and I drilled those actors. I was desperate for them to be great. I was obsessed. I want that to be the best single night fundraising benefit performance of all time. And it was incredible. I couldn't believe it. They were on fire, that cast. And my backers, they loved it. They loved seeing all those young people paying $25 each, this completely crowded house. They loved it. It was amazing. It went down like gangbusters. We raised all the money we needed to move the production into the city. And guess what? Yeah. I was the only person who got paid. I gave myself a salary. Yeah. That's what I did. I gave myself a salary. Of course, I knew what he was doing. I knew what Donnie was doing, but this was my opportunity. This was my chance to break out of teaching, to actually be a playwright. This was my window. Of course, we were ready. We were off and going. And we were in the city. The show was running. It was making money. But I didn't pay anyone. Why should I? You know, my daddy taught me. He taught me, don't ever pay people. I mean, unless you have to. What's the point of paying people unless you have to? My daddy had it all figured out. There's no point in dishing out unless you have to. Of course, he didn't raise me. My mother raised me. Yeah. After they got divorced, we lived with her, and she was a real estate agent. It was a good one too. Honest. She never sold the house to somebody that was sinking into the mud, had termites. She would do that. She always gave a fair deal to people. I could not understand that. I mean, why not sell them a piece of junk and charge them a lot more money? But she was honest about it. Yeah. Crazy lady. She came to the show, the benefit. She paid her $25. She came backstage. There she was, looking at me. I walked right up to her. Well, Donnie, this was a big success. The actors were wonderful. It was a fun play. It was very moving at the end. Did anybody get paid, Donnie? Did you get paid? Oh, I see. Well, thank you for inviting us. If you see your father, give him my best. She was always on my case about something. You know, my daddy once said, he said, divorce is the best kept secret about marriage. You know, here's the thing about child rearing. They say kids need two parents. They don't need two parents. They just need one parent giving them a lot of attention. So if you get a divorce, you got two parents splitting up the week, giving the kids all this attention. And when they're not giving the kids the attention, the parents have all their time to themselves. He said it was great. When he wasn't with us kids, he was out working his deals. Yeah. Of course, he was never around that much. He wasn't around half the time. I mean, he breezed into town and showed us a good time, but he wasn't around that much. My daddy. Well, the show was doing great. It was running in the city with my backers. We kept pumping money into it, advertising. That's the important stuff. Marketing. And it was doing really well. And the actors wanted to be paid, finally. They came to me. They said they wanted to be paid. I said, you know what? I'm going to give you the best pay possible. You're going to get a percentage. That's what you're going to get. That's better than just like a salary or something. You're going to get a percentage of the net. Of course, I was the one who figured out what the gross and the net was. My father stayed with my mother until the day he died. He wasn't a perfect father. He was absent himself a lot of the time, but he remained dedicated to us as much as he could. He raised me to be honest, to be forthright. But I looked at Donnie and I thought, hey, he's got the magic touch. Donnie's got it. He's got it. And I didn't want money. That's not what I wanted from Donnie. I wanted fame. I wanted a career as a creative artist, not a teacher, but a career creating. And Donnie would give that to me. He would give that to me. And then one day, he handed me an envelope with $3,000 in it. And I realized what he was doing. I understood. He was trying to drag me in with him, get me on his side, implicate me in what he was doing. So we were raking it in like gangbusters. We were cleaning up. It was amazing. I gave all of the money that he gave me, all of it, to the AIDS Foundation. I considered it blood money because, of course, I traded on my memories of my first lover, my experience of him dying in my arms. I couldn't keep that money. The AIDS Foundation. Oh, come on. A nonprofit? You gave it to a foundation? None of that money is going to get to the people who need it. Nah. Nonprofits are the biggest scam of all time. You are a sucker, born and true. Look at you. And then one night, in the city theater where we were doing the show, the professor from the college came just to see it. We gave him a comp. And he came backstage after the show and he walked right up to me and he said, "That was great. That was really terrific. I really enjoyed myself. I liked it at the college and I love it here. It was great. Just wonderful. Oh, Donnie, I have a play that I've written. I'd love you to produce it. I think you'd be the perfect person to produce it. It's right up your alley, Donnie. It really is. Can we talk about this?" So now Donnie was going to produce this bozo's play? What? I mean, I was like, I felt betrayed by somebody that I disapproved of. It was ridiculous. And who am I to disapprove, huh? I dropped my pants. Yeah, I had. I put on a play about my dead lover. I traded on that. I always told my students, I told them that's what art is. It's taking your pain and turning it into art. I told them that the great thing about being an artist is that anything bad you feel, all the bad stuff that happens to you, you can recycle as art, as performance, as writing, as painting. That's what artists do. The rest of the world, they have to repress these feelings. They have to push them down, not show them. But you as an artist, you can recreate them, refashion them into something wonderful, magical. Now I felt like a hypocrite. Like I traded on all this just to be a successful playwright and get some money from Donnie. And I couldn't believe it. He was now going to take that and produce this dumb professor's play. I was so pissed off. I was so angry at him. God damn it. I can't believe you're doing this, Donnie. I can't believe it. That guy is an idiot. That play is going to be shit. And you're talking to him about producing it. How is that supposed to make me feel? Like just anybody can come up to you and approach you? Anybody? Come on. Listen, I never even considered it. You got to relax. Come on, I'll take you out. I'll get you a pineapple. Yeah, a pineapple. That'll make you happy, right? Well, for a while we did great. We did great with that play. Then we did another one. That one did great too. And then we did okay. And so I went to talk to Mark. I said, listen, gay is over. It's over. It's had its moment. We did what we want by gay. So here's what I think. I think you should write another play, another gay play, and then just like make all the characters straight. See if that works, huh? Gay to straight, gas, right? Gay to straight, just try it. What? What? Well, how about this? No. Oh my God, this is a great idea. This is a wonderful idea. Yeah. Here, make them all bi. Bi. Hey, I'm bi. We're all like sort of like genetically bi, right? Make the characters bi. That solves all of our problems. Hey, I love it. A bi play. Bi is a lie, Donnie. It's like for gay guys who can't accept their queerness. Gay guys who are in the closet, they say that they're bi. It's just a lie. Oh, well, excuse me. When the play stopped making money, Donnie drifted away. It was weird because I missed him. I missed the excitement of doing professional theater in the city. I went back to the college and I talked to the professor about the upcoming year, about whether or not there'd be any teaching assignments for me. Well, I'm afraid we don't really have anything for you. I'm not sure that what you brought to the school the last time you taught here is the right sort of thing. I mean, using actors to put on your own play, to promote your play. I mean, I never really liked that play. Oh, what's going on with your producer? I gave him a script. I haven't heard back from him. Why don't you talk to him? I'd love to hear from him. I'm not sure what we'll have for you in the future. Sorry. I thought a lot about creating that play, drawing on myself, putting my pain on stage. And I wonder, is that dropping your pants? Is that showing off? Is that trading something gold, something unique, something hard as a diamond into commerce? I wonder about that all the time. People like to think of me as some sort of a reptile, like a snake. That's what I hear all the time. What, that guy's a snake. That guy's a total snake. That's what I hear all the time. And you got to be some kind of animal, right? That's like an acting exercise, basic acting exercise. What kind of animal are you? Are you a vulture? Are you rodent? That kind of stuff, actor stuff. So you got to be some kind of an animal. So I'm trying to think, what kind of an animal am I? If I have to be something like a reptile, what reptile would that be? I'm a salamander. Yeah. Salamanders are amazing because they're born in flame. It's true. They bore in flame. They actually come out of the flame. You see, people used to, in the Middle Ages, they'd put logs on the fire, they'd light them on fire, and all of a sudden salamanders would come out. They're born in flame. That's what people believed. And of course, yeah, the salamanders were just in the logs and they got hot and they came out. Come on. Yeah, all right. Yeah, right. But what do you see? What do you see happen? You see a salamander come out of the flame, born from the flame. I know I'll always be all right, because no matter what happens to me, I'll emerge from the flames. There's another thing I love about salamanders. They grow stuff. You grab them by the tail, guess what? Tail grows back. Their limbs grow back. Scientists study them. They study salamanders to figure out how they can regenerate, make things grow again, like in the human brain, human limbs. If we could do what salamanders do, we'd go on forever. It's like investing. You can always move forward in investing if you can find people to give you money. And don't ever put your own in. Don't ever do that. Because of course, what you're going to be doing along the way is paying yourself for the risk, but you're not taking any. No. Everybody else is taking the risk. You're just reaping the benefits. Probably you'll never make any money, right? Because when you start having to pay out, that means less money for you and the less it can go on. Hey, when I got out of college, I looked at my opportunities. I could be a shoe salesman, or I could do what my daddy did. So many of us, we spend our whole lives trying to not be like our fathers. Oh my God, it takes so much energy. I know that's what my mother wanted. When she looked at me, the way she looks at me today, the heck with it. It's a waste of energy. It's much, much easier just to be like daddy. Be a salamander. Be Poppy. Oh, daddy, I love you so much. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. I'm John Fisher, and this has been the Salamander. And you are joining us for the first time on a meeting because we had to use a different Zoom account, as Joe told you, because we have another show and rehearsal tonight. It's all over the Bay Area. We have 4 wonderful actresses getting ready, putting the final finishing touches on our new show, The Review, which begins performances tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. Please join us for that. You can find out about that on our website, therhino.org. We have a reading coming up the first Tuesday of the month. That's coming up very soon. So check that out. And also, I'll be back next Thursday with the next of the Essential Services projects. The next one is called Broke and Out of Work. If you'd like to support any of these programs, and most of them are free, you can make a donation to our theater by going to our website, therhino.org, therhino.org, or you can send a check to me at my COVID-19 work address, John Fisher, Theater Rhinoceros, 91 Central Avenue, Suite number 102, San Francisco, California, 94117. These are tough times during COVID, and we certainly appreciate your support. We've been presenting 1 to 4 shows a week on the radio, on Zoom, on Facebook Live, various platforms. We've been keeping it safe and keeping theater out there. And we really, really appreciate you turning up for the show. If you'd like to make a donation to support all this, please feel free. But more than anything, thank you for being here tonight. You were a terrific audience on our first Zoom ever meeting. Yay! And a special thanks to Joe Talley, who keeps us out there regardless. Thanks, Joe. Good night.